Hello. So, hi team, or what we can call it as our family. A very warm welcome to the special webinar this time. I'll be your personal analyst for today's session, or what I can say that for webinar as well. So, I'm uh, very happy since you are joining this special webinar on our platform. So, let me introduce you about myself. My name is Akash Malhotra, and I'll be your personal financial analyst for today's session. It's been amazing that we'll be waiting for our clients to join the session, the YouTube family that I've been waiting for to join the special webinars. All right, so since this is the very first time that we are meeting, it's been a very let me introduce you about myself. So it's been probably more than 5 years that I'm working here with OLYMP TRADE as a financial analyst, and like every analyst have very different experience, right? So for today, there is one thing that we'll be discussing about, would be another fixed time trading strategy. Now you know that in all on trade we have a lot of trading strategy. It's been more than 20 strategy. Some strategy you might need to buy it, but like majority of them are available, especially for the expert status client. For today, we'll be discussing about one of my favorite trading strategy. We call it as a confrontation strategy. I'll be waiting for you all guys to join in the webinar. Okay, so yeah, before moving forward, there are multiple ways that we can apply this strategy in our live account and take trades accordingly. But always remember that whenever we are taking trades, there's been always a financial risk has been involved. So I will be taking trades on my live account, right? You need to trade very carefully, and you will be you have to be very comfortable whenever you are using any specific strategy of yours. So there will be some financial risk involved, so take trades very carefully, dear team. Okay, so guys, can you please let me know whether you are able to hear my voice or not? You can type in chat window so that I can get to know about that part. Guys, am I audible? Guys, can you hear me? Like, you can type in the chat window whether you will be able to hear my voice or not. Yep, you can write down your comments, and everything at all. I'll be reading your comments personally well, and I'll try to answer each and every question of yours. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions, team. Apart from this, as I told you, we'll be talking about some of the financial market news, and as well I will be taking trades on the live strategy itself. So as I told you, we will be using a confrontation strategy. Now this strategy is very unique in its own terms. It's been like, let me apply the strategy first of all. So what you'll need to do, first of all, you need to click on this A symbol, which is technical analysis symbol. Once you click in here, you remove whatever the existing strategy which has been applied here, and yeah, you go to the strategies option, scroll it down, and you will be able to see the strategy in this advanced status. So advanced status client will be also be able to use this. For starter status client, I'll be telling you in details how to apply this strategy, particularly using different sets of indicators and oscillators. Absolutely. Okay, the best thing about our product team has been working very close to our clients feedback, and that's why there is a tutorial which has been made here so that you can check this out and know how the strategy works accordingly, right? So let's apply this strategy. We'll be enabling this strategy right now, and it's been applied here. So if you'll see this strategy, there have been specifically one indicators and two oscillators combination is been here. If you look at this, so we have parabolic SAR, which has been set at default period of 0.02, Bull's power, bear powers oscillator, which is default period, which has been selected at 13. So if you don't know, or if you are a beginner person, so you can see that this is an EMA, right? So EMA 13's high has been basically compared. The candle's high has been compared with EMA 13's, and that's why this oscillators, if you will see, it's been shown in terms of bars to us, and that's how we will be effectively able to form a signal using this. Okay, so let's start from little things here. So before moving forward, I wanted to tell you about some of the major market news as of now, and we'll after that we'll start taking trades live on this strategy. Let me know in which asset if you find some good signals. I'll be telling you how to find signals on this one, and yeah, you will be thrilled to have it just like as I am thrilled right now before you, team. Okay, so yeah, good evening, teams. I've been reading your charts as well. So good evening. Okay, Singer Harish, Ravi Kumarji, I'm doing great. So thank you very much for asking, Mr. Chetan. Yes, am I audible or not? Please let me know in the chat window itself. Okay, so let's move forward with this consultation, right? So we'll talk about financial market in details, some of the major economic news which will be happening. So this is one of the best season, if we can say that. This is earnings starting of earning seasons. So starting from next week, starting from Monday, we'll be having a lot of opportunities in the financial market, especially on stocks. So you may call it as Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Disney. All these companies will be releasing their earning report, and these earning reports plays a very crucial role in terms of making profit, especially in FTT or Forex, whichever mode you are comfortable in. If we talk about financial market, there are certain aspects that we need to understand market from a very different perspective. The way that I'm teaching you would be the technical analysis first. The strategy which I have applied here is the technical analysis, whereas reading economical news and finding out the earning result, there will be EPS value. There are a lot of factors will be available. Let me know if you want to learn about earning calendar specifically. We'll be talking about that in the upcoming sessions as well. Okay, so the very first thing that I wanted to tell you about, so Bitcoin. This is one of my favorite assets. Now, if you look at value of Bitcoin right now, it's been all-time high, and it's very good level of resistance. If we can see, if you watch the graph specifically for an hour, or probably for a day, maybe you will be able to see it. This specific level can act as a very good level of resistance. Now, why Bitcoin has broken all this previous record? Because of the consumer price index, which was released day before yesterday. We found out US inflation has been greatly reduced, which was ultimately the driving factor for all the currencies. Maybe you call it as like Euro USD specifically. Again, it's very close to 1.14 level. For Bitcoin, it's very close to this resistance level, so there is a probability if you can open up a trade with the moderate set of multiplier, or go again with the higher time duration for a downward trade, it can be a good opportunity for you. Okay, the second one. Okay, so guys, are you willing to know about like the more in financial market, or we can just go ahead and start discussing about the strategy itself? Okay. I'm very sorry to hear, Mr. Abhishek, that this unfortunate situation has happened. I really want you to join the special consultation which have been conducted for all the expert status clients. So as for the advanced status client, you will definitely get a clarity what are the major points that you can learn from, and how you will be able to recover your money. I had a lot of clients which had some sort of unfortunate incidents, but yeah, they were very good, and they were able to recover their losses over the certain period of duration. Yeah, there are certain things that we can absolutely discuss in the personal consultation. In meantime, you can call the support or chat to the support team, and and can conduct a consultation accordingly, and we can meet up in the session and discuss accordingly, because each and every client situations are kind of different one based on the statistic itself. Anyways, okay, so let's move ahead. We'll be talking about the strategy now. So as I told you, we'll be using confrontation strategy. This is an amazing strategy, particularly because here the bulls and bear powers act as an oscillator amazingly well. You just need to enter a trade exactly at the precise time. There are certain occasions on which some sort of signals will be a good one, some sort of signals would be a bad one, but yeah, overall you will, if you able to analyze the market effectively well, 60 or 70% accuracy can be easily reached on this one. So let's apply this strategy once again. As I told you, this name of the strategy is confrontation strategy. We'll enable it here, and everything is applied accordingly. Okay, so we'll start from the scratch itself for the people who are not aware about how to trade or using different set of strategies. So confrontation strategy consists of a parabolic SAR, which is set at default value of 0.02. Now the beauty of parabolic is it basically forms dots above the candle, and it shows the trend continuation. If the dots formation are above the candle, that means there is a very strong downtrend happening. And if the dots formation is below the candle, that means it's a very good uptrend opportunity, although it's a lagging indicator. But yeah, it works effectively well if you are able to analyze it. Okay, so this trading strategy specifically is a counter trend strategy. There are two kind of strategy which have been there: the with the trend strategy, and the second one is counter trend strategy. With the trend strategy, that means we basically go ahead with the trend, and counter trend strategy, that means we'll be waiting for trend to reverse after a particular period of time. Let's understand this. Now the second, we'll talk about Bull's power oscillator. So if you'll see, there is a very zero reference line available here, right? So if these bars are following in upward direction, which are rising above zero, it's a strong indication that the trend is in upward direction. Whereas if these bars formation is below zero, both of them I'm talking about, Bull's power and Bear's power, there is a strong continuation for downtrend. We'll be using this opportunity for trading. So okay, let me just give you one of the example, and if we find a very good signal, definitely we'll be able to take trades on this one. So if you are using this strategy specifically in FTT, we'll be watching the graph for a minute, and our expiration time will be varying accordingly. So what I used to follow is 1:2/3 formation. So that means if you are watching the graph for a minute, your expiration time should be 2 to 3 minutes or little more than that. And if you are observing the graph for 5 minutes duration, your expiration time definitely will be double or triple of it. That means 10 to 15 minutes. It's not strictly that we'll be sticking to 10 minutes duration, but yeah, here we can basically go ahead. Okay, so there is a possibility of signal, but since the signal hasn't been formed yet, we'll be increasing our expiration time and taking trade accordingly. Okay, so what made me trade here is, so I just took a trade, but the thing is, it's just an early trade because the parabolic hasn't confirmed it yet. And that's why I have given a little higher expiration time for the candle to form the momentum and give us the trend accordingly. If you'll see, for the Bull's power, it's rising above zero. Since I'm watching the graph for 5 minutes duration, my expiration time should be like 18 to 15 minutes, depending upon the existing circumstances. But yeah, we can do that. And here, if you will see, observe the Bear's power carefully. If you observe this Bear power carefully, it reaches to the maximum value, and starting from that point, it started recovering itself. That means the Bear's power started decreasing. And due to this fact, there would be higher opportunity for us to take trades in upward direction. Mr. Kuwamat, I can speak in Hindi, but for majority of my audience are English speaking audience. So yeah, that's why we are having this conversation in English. Yeah, definitely we will have some webinars as well from Monday, Wednesday and Friday, where you can have Hindi speaking audience. We have a special channel as well, OLYMP TRADE Hindi, OLYMP TRADE India. So you can subscribe to that, and yeah, you can join the special webinar on that channel as well. Okay, so here is the trade which I have taken. Let me give you some demonstration how we'll be taking trades. Let's try to switch from one asset to another one. Okay, so if you watch it very closely here, the parabolic sign is falling into the downward direction. Whereas here in the last fragment, if you'll see, Bear's powers has been decreased and there is a green candle formation. Now this is a contradictory signal. These are the signals that we usually avoid. Okay, if any signal is contradicting itself, that means it can be dicey at times. So yeah, okay, let's watch it closely. So this dot formation has been changed. Bear's powers is pointing in the upward direction, but here the strength has been decreased, right? So what we'll be waiting for the candle to form a little green one. So let me switch to 1 minute duration, whether the candle formation can turn into green one or not. So in 1 minute duration specifically, we're seeing is a steady market, not a very good signal as of now. Let's try to switch between the asset. In the meantime, team, I would also recommend you to, if you find some signals on some asset, please let me know. I'll be taking trades on that one as well. Okay, so there is a possibility of signals here, but since the signal isn't been confirmed from these dot formation, it would be a little tricky one. Let me switch to 5 minutes duration right now. Yeah, there can be a possibility of signals. Let's just switch between the assets as of now. Let me point it as a star mark. No signal in here. Okay, it was a strong downtrend. However, the dots formation are still above. So as I told you, it's a lagging indicator. So it will be giving a signal a little after the formation. So as of now, this can be an opportunity. Looking at these points, yeah. Let me switch to 1 minute duration for the confirmation of signals. Yeah, we can do that. Let's go ahead. 3 minutes duration uptrend. It could be a very good signal if we were able to catch the signals on the second candle itself. If you are able to catch the candles early on, second or third parabolic dot, it can act as a very good signal. Although we are highly relying on bearish power, which has been decreasing and pointing us in upward direction, and so as the confirmation which has been given by the bull's power. Team, do you have any questions? Please let me know. Let me know if you are able to hear me that precisely well or not. I'm very excited. Okay, so it was a very good signal on the third candle itself. It was amazing. We are little late. Just to cross confirm, we'll be switching the time durations. Yeah, okay, so we can increase our expiration time. Let's go ahead, 12 minutes duration and uptrend. Okay. Team, can you hear me? If you find any signal, please let me know. We'll be switching between the assets. Overall, if I can say that the market during the time are amazingly well, especially if we talk about from last week to this week. I made a lot of progress in my trading account and probably made a good amount of profit. Not the big one, but yeah, it's kind of a good one for me. So I have been taking trades on FTT and Forex as well, but like on Forex there are the number of risk has been greatly reduced. If you try to take trades in FTT or Forex, the risk involved in FTT would be 100%, whereas in Forex there are higher probability for you to make profit on uncertain market situation, which happens on major economic news, if I must say. Okay, let's try to switch to the smaller time frame and try to find out some good signals here. So bearish power, it's been rising into the upward direction, so as the bull's power, but however this dot formation is basically a counter thing that we are receiving it here now. So we'll be waiting for this one to change its momentum, and let's switch to different asset. Now why we are switching between the asset? See, for us making profit matters a lot, right? So we cannot stick to one particular asset if it is not forming a signal at all, because there would be a balance of probability whether it can be profitable or it cannot be. But the thing that we need to understand in these circumstances like these, whenever you try to switch assets, there are higher probability that some of the assets will be forming signals and some of them are not, right? Okay, so since we saw that bearish power was like decreasing and pointing us in upward direction, so this is the thing which is happening with the bull's power, and that's we went with upward direction trade here. Okay, let's try to switch between the asset. There can be a possibility, but we still haven't received any confirmation from these assets. So okay, let's check it. Team, do you find any signals? Please let me know. If you find any signals, I'll be more than grateful, and yeah, help me out in making profit, I guess. Okay, the bull's power is decreasing and bear's power is pointing in downward direction, but the parabolic hasn't confirmed it yet. Okay, so first we'll watch all the candles and which we will be getting a potential entry point. If there are not many options left for us, then we'll be switching out for the higher time duration specifically. Okay, a second candle would be a great one, but we still are not late. Let's try to open the trade using risk-free trade. 3 minutes duration, upward direction trade, Euro JPY. Okay, again let's try to switch from one asset to another one. Okay, so here There is a probability for the change, but we'll need to cross verify it by watching it for the higher time duration. No signal as of now. Let's switch it. Yeah, there is a possibility. Let's increase the expiration time here. All right, let's use martingale approach on this one. Yeah, so guys, you probably know about martingale approach, right? So martingale was the person who basically invented this approach. So what happens whenever you had any unsuccessful trade in any particular asset of your choice? So what happens, you basically tend to increase the amount or double the amount, and when that unsuccessful trade is been there, you increase the amount so that the next trade will be able to recover your funds. So but it depends upon what amounts do you have in your trading account, right? So majority of the time the martingale approach, I would say, like even if you have 25% accuracy, that means 1 out of 4 trades, if you are able to catch a very good signals, that would be profitable. So the maximum approach that I can suggest would be like you can go ahead with 1:5. So 1/5, that means it's 20% accuracy. Even if you have 20% accuracy, out of 5 trades, you can make a good amount of profit on that one. And you can recover your entire losses. But make sure whenever you are following martingale approach, you had a sufficient account balance. And if not, you start with the small amount and then try to increase amount accordingly. Okay, be very careful while following martingale approach. So see, if there are 3 back-to-back non-profitable trades using martingale approach, what you will need to do? Okay, let me just refresh my screen just a bit. I think the assets are not loading as of now. Okay, so we were on martingale approach, right? So in martingale approach, if you have 3 back-to-back non-profitable trades where there is specifically where you can take a break, change the asset, and then try it on the higher time frame. If they are unsuccessful, there can be a good opportunity on the second candle itself. So see, catching a signal at the right occasion matters a lot. It does. Let me reduce time frame since we are watching the graph for 5 minutes duration. Let's go ahead with 12 minutes. Team, any suggestions or any questions if you have particularly, please let me know about whatever doubts you have in your mind, so that I'll be able to rectify your doubts that precisely well. We'll be waiting for, see, the beauty of trading on a higher time duration is you will be able to, even if the markets are a little uncertain, right? If there are a lot of fluctuations in the market, this is the exact time where you can increase your expiration time and increase the probability of profitable trades here using the proper signals. Okay, so team, can you like tell me which assets do you prefer most, which assets do you like most while taking trades? If there is any specific asset you have seen which has given you amazing profit, or which is the best trade that you ever have seen, yeah, you can tell me which are your best trades on the chat window itself. I'll love to hear that. Yeah, so we have a comment. We can teach you strategy. So definitely we can teach on different strategy. We can meet up in the personal session and get to know about all this trading strategy. See, there are a lot of strategies available, but there is no need to understand each and every strategy. You just need to have confidence for 4 to 5 trading strategy, out of which 2 of them would be counter trend, or 3 of them would be counter trend, and 3 of them with a trend strategy. Now these can ultimately help you when the markets are being highly volatile. In that situation, trend strategy can work. And if the market being like on a dicier side, where we can see there is a very slow moment in the market, so at that specific period we can basically select the counter trend approach. In counter trend approach, I love basically using Bollinger Bands during the time, but that would be the talk for another day, I guess. Bollinger Band works effectively well on the counter trend approach. This is the strategy that we are also using here. This is again a counter trend approach that we are being using. Okay, so we can see there are a lot of people who joined this session. Welcome you all. So let me rephrase it once again. We are using the strategy which is known as, what do we call it as? The strategy is basically our favorite one. We have a lot of strategies available, but this strategy of ours is confrontation strategy. If you are not aware about this, if you are a starter status client, what you can do, you can manually craft this strategy, right? There are 3 things that you need to note down. If you want to note down, you can note down as well. Parabolic, bear's power and bull's power. If you want, I can just apply it once again, right? I can definitely remove this part and we'll start from the scratch itself. So you can go to this A symbol, technical analysis symbol, go to indicators. Since the very first indicators that we have seen here was parabolic, so we'll be clicking on parabolic. After that, there will be a couple of oscillators will be required. Either you can type the name of the oscillator here, or you can select it from the oscillator window. What was the oscillator which we were using? It was bull's power and bear's power. So we'll be selecting, and these are all selected on the default period, so there is nothing that you will need to change in here. However, okay, so we both have selected bear's power. We'll need bull's power on this one. So here everything has been represented in the form of bars, right? There's nothing you need to change here. Just apply on the default option and try to trade accordingly. It is just delayed signal. Let me just cross confirm it on 1 minute's duration. Yeah, it's an amazing one. Let's go ahead with that. If we could have graphed this signal on the second candle itself, it would be a good signal. So watch out whenever you are taking trades. The first thing that you'll need to observe is the second dot or the first dot, or between 1 to 3 dots you can select. This would be a good opportunity for trading. We can make money in the financial market, but you need to define R to R ratio. Now, what is R to R ratio? R to R ratio means risk to reward ratio. In financial market, nothing is uncertain. So therefore, you need to balance your risk and take trades accordingly, whatever the profit margin you have decided for yourself. We as an investor or trader, we need to understand that market can be uncertain, but yeah, we can make profit in it. And it's much there are, as I told you, upcoming opportunities standing ahead with us. Okay, so guys, can you tell me, do we have any signals as of now? Can you check the different asset for me? If you find any signal, please let me know. I'll be taking trade on that one, and we'll be discussing about why we have taken trades particularly on that period. So there is a possibility for it to change. Okay, so there is a red candle formation. Let's make it a star one. There was some asset which we have marked by star, so no signal here. Let's switch to another asset. Okay, so it was a very close call. We actually have seen it for the 5 minutes duration. Yeah, so some expiration time is still remaining. Let's try to switch. Okay, this seems to be a profitable one, but still we have some expiration time left. These are my trades, team. If you can see it, please let me know. They have been still working on. We'll try to switch between the assets now. Okay, so parabolic dot is very close to candles, and once it is very close to this parabolic dot, the upper one, it will be shifting itself into the bottom direction, so that it will be showing us a downtrend, the uptrend continuation. Okay, there is a slim possibility. All right, let's increase expiration time here. Again, 5 minutes duration, around 12 minutes we'll be taking trades. Parabolic just shifted its direction. So yeah, we basically have caught the signal on the very right moment. Let's wait for the market. Even if the volatility strikes in, we will have a stable market during the time. Team, do you have any questions? Or we can call it as family. You are my family, team. So I'm very thrilled to have you in the stream itself. I'm very happy that I'm sharing this beautiful moment with you. As I told you, in the upcoming time we will be having earnings season. So Apple, Amazon, you may call it as Ether, all the stocks asset which are available with OLYMP TRADE. will be definitely there, and you can make humongous profit. Like there were certain occasions on which I have seen one of my client made like 540 or 600% profit on the last earning result, especially it was released on Meta. So yeah, a lot of things will be happening, so stay tuned with us. We'll be definitely talking about that, but if you want a special session on that one, please let me know. We will be having an elaborate discussion how the earning calendar works, and how the fundamental analysis has been worked, and how people are basically analyzing market under different circumstances. There is a possibility, okay. In between the conversation I probably can miss couple of signals as well, right? So please let me know if I miss anything at all. Dow Jones, we have a good signal. No signal in here. We'll try to switch between the assets for sure. Okay, there is a possibility. What do you think, team? Can we take a trade here? It seems a good opportunity now. Your light chats are welcome. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I'll try to help you out in every possible way from my end. Since we are talking about financial market, there have been I have seen a lot of situations where people made a good amount of profit, but sometimes if they are not able to restrict the losses, that's where everything changes. So you need to be persistent about making profit, but at the same time restricting your losses. That would be an amazing thing as a trader. Emotional trading is basically where majority of the peoples are driven by. I understand that, like as a human we have certain aspect in that, but yeah, make sure you control emotion while taking trades. Take trades only when you are certain about this could be a very good signals. Practice it in demo account or live account, in whichever you prefer to. But yeah, these are very good moments to make money in the financial market. I hope you are enjoying session as much I am doing right now. I'm very thrilled to meet you guys. So okay, US market has been recently open now. It's just around 7 p.m. So we'll be seeing some stock assets available for us. We'll be seeing some of the trading signals. If they are available, we'll definitely try to take trades on them. Okay, so Lakshmi ji, yes, you told me like why I'm taking trades on higher time duration. See, it depends from choice to choice, right? You can take trades on 1 minute duration, 3 minutes expiration time, but what I would suggest, you find a comfortable time for yourself, right, on which you would be comfortable to take trades. Like you want profitable trades, we all want profitable trades. So every person's idea of observing the market would be kind of different one. Why I'm taking trades on higher time duration, that means there are higher probability, because in smaller time duration there are certain aspects that market fluctuation can happen, cannot happen. So on larger time frame, the smaller fluctuation will be completely avoided, and there where the maximum profitability can arise, right? I can also take 1 minute duration graph and 3 minutes expiration time. It just the way each and every trader look it from a very different perspective. So there was a possibility just a couple of minutes earlier. If you want, let's just take trades on this one using risk-free trade. Since this is not a very good signal, we could have been able to catch the signal at the early one. Okay, let's try to switch between the assets. Okay, for 5 minutes duration we had a signal. Let's just see. The momentum changes is the last course. Okay, so if we were able to catch the signal here, that could have been great. Anyways, let's just recover this amount. We'll be trying martingale approach. What was the trade volume? It's on Asia Composite 40. Let's try to find a signal, better signal here. Okay, on commodity composite we can have a signal. Let's use martingale approach here. $80 around 13 minutes. What's with the last trade we had? It's profitable one once again. Yeah, it's profitable. This one seems profitable as well. We still have some minutes remaining for Dow Jones. Okay, so momentum changes. Let's just change it. Okay, on gold and commodity composite index is on the positive side, on the profitable side. Team, if you have any confusion about anything at all, if you want to know starting from the scratch what's the name of the strategy, its name is confrontation strategy. This is one of my favorite one, and yeah, it's a counter trend strategy. Counter trend approach tends to be more reliable. It depends again on the market situation. So last trade for gold went neutral. We used risk-free trade. As I told you, we took the trade once the signal was completely out. On the second candle itself, we could have been able to catch this one. But anyways, for AUD CAD seems to be profitable for us, and I think it would be profitable for sure. Yeah, the margin is very high. Regarding commodity index, let's just check it once again for 5 minutes duration. Okay, so let's wait for the dot to change. That's why we have taken a little higher time here, around 12 to 13 minutes. Euro USD, okay, we had a very good signal here. Let's just try to change asset and try to change strategy. Not the strategy, but definitely the asset. We're sticking to this one since this seems to be working as of now for us. No signal in here. Apple, Brent. Achha, there is a very funny story recently behind Brent. So what happens? Brent basically crossed all its limits. It was trending near $70 per barrel, and it was all-time low. That means if we call it as, if you'll see, I just have drawn a support line here. On Brent, since it was a very bearish one, so all of the clients who have been very active in the consultation part with the financial analyst, they know that this level is a very good level of support. So all of people basically made a lot of profit here. Majority of the time what happens, the value of Brent usually reverses itself down from $78 per barrel, but recently OPEC has conducted a meeting and they cut down the supplies. So Russia also have cut down the supplies for the Brent, and that's why one of the reason why the Brent is trending in the bullish sentiments is just because of that. We can expect some further more increase in the price of Brent. We'll be seeing how the OPEC meeting turned out to be in the upcoming time. Okay, let's watch it again for 30 minutes duration or 5 minutes duration. Achha, how many of you guys want me to take trades on shorter time frame for 1 minute duration and 3 minutes expiration time? Which one is your favorite time? You can type it in the chat window, and I can respond you accordingly. And which strategy you find best suitable for you? We can also have a conversation, a healthy conversation on that. Team, if you have any question, please let me know. I'll be more than thrilled to answer your question, all your questions. Okay, so I've been reading. Okay, Mr. Midam, yeah, you want me to take trades on 3 minutes duration, you take trades in 3 minutes duration. 1 minute time frame and 1 minute expiration time. Yeah, we do have a strategy for that. But if you look at specifically from risk to reward point of view, 1 minute are considered as a little riskier time frame, where there will be a lot of fluctuations happening in the financial market. You can take advantage of the situation. We have a strategy for that as well. You can use this specific strategy for 1 minute duration. Okay, let me just show you. The name of the strategy is barcode strategy, which has been specifically designed for 1 minute duration. But as I would suggest you, a little higher time frame would be reducing volatility by a great margin, which can ultimately aim for profitability, which is why we are learning about different trading strategy, if you're using different set of indicators and oscillator particularly. Okay, let me just refresh the page once again, guys. So Ashish ji, you have asked me how to use strategy for long period, specifically for 10 to 15 minutes. See, all it depends upon your observation and your efficiency with playing indicators and oscillators. We all want a profitable trades, right? So first of all, start, like, if you do not have any idea about the candlestick formation, start knowing candlestick formation, Japanese candlestick specifically, because this has been used by majority of the traders. All right, team. It was lovely meeting you. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I basically loved it, visiting you for the first time. I hope we can continue our special webinars for you. Let me know in the comments section which topic that you want to know in the upcoming time, and yeah, I'll be thrilled to have it. Thank you very much for being with me. Have a great day ahead, and have a happy weekend too. Bye bye.